Well, hello there. It's Brian Downing from quantlabs.net. I just wanted to bring everybody up to speed on where everything is going and where we've been over the last couple of weeks. This is a rare treat for people. This is only going to be shown in a public display. Everything else from this point forward, this photo and this type of technology will only be available for my Quant Elite. This is sensitive stuff, but I just wanted to show you what we're dealing with here. This right here is a photo of somebody who's going to help me build, well not build, but have my community learn about FPGA boards. You can see that these are Vertex 5 boards. There's 6 of them on this situation here, or this selection. And these boards are not, let's put it this way, they're not affordable. But you see the power of this little guy right here. This board can probably pump out about 40 megabits per second. Okay, so that's the sort of thing you're going to get private videos for my Quant Elite members, but that's just one of the benefits. Some of the people that I'm bringing into this Elite membership are amazing. I just gave Ernie Chan, this guy, a membership, and a few other people, so they're very helpful to help me. And everybody can learn from people like this to have their own specialties. But this one's really special. The next thing a lot of people have been asking me about is FIX. About a year ago, we had a presentation from David, who did a presentation on this really powerful, very powerful project in FIX, kind of like Quick Fix, but this is FIX 8. And it's now at version 1.1. It sounds like he may do a presentation to our group, just do a general meetup, and just allow people to see how far this project's come along for FIX. And I may start working with him on some FIX solutions for some of the stuff that I'm going to mention in a little bit. You can see our companies here as part of the contributors. Now, some of the other cool little projects that he's using as the underlying technology is one called FastFlow, which is a multi-processing, 100% in C++. Very powerful, really good project that I've seen in C++. This one also is, of course, Intel TBB, done again in C++. So multi-threaded, low-level Linux, some good stuff, very good stuff. And again, this is FIX 8. So hopefully we'll get a presentation on it. And the other big thing is he's got a version now available for Windows, because it used to be only available for Linux and OS X Mac. So moving on from there, I just want to give a kudos to our gentleman here. He's just put out his video on the ES fractal pair trade using Thinkorswim. It's his first live trade in a long time. He's doing his first video. I hope he does well, and he got some really cool stuff that's coming out of this guy. And I don't want to say who he is, but if you know and follow what I've been doing for the last little while, you know who he is. And he's got some really cool stuff here, and he's been very cool providing some R source code that he's been working on to generate little charts like this. Again, done in R. And again, you get the source code right there using CL. Okay, so that's what's been going on, where we're going. As I said, we got FPGA, high frequency trading stuff. We've got some FIX stuff going on for those who have been asking. I know there's a bunch of people have been asking about FIX. Why aren't we working with FIX? You don't get better than this type of project. All open source, all free. And again, all the major OSs. Then, of course, we've got this guy who's doing some really good stuff. And then the pièce de résistance. I'm trying to sound sophisticated here. Of course, we've got Mr. Dr. Ernie Chan, the man who has started me on my journey about 3 years ago, reading his really powerful book about how to launch a quant trading business. I see a lot of my local guys. I haven't seen a few of these people for a long time, so a lot of people I can tell are really excited to be part of this webinar. And of course, it's going to be happening at the end of April, and it's going to be on factor models in practice. He puts out some really powerful stuff. And hey, we got a comment here from another guy that's part of the community. You have to be following this guy, Mr. Paul Cottrell, soon to be a doctor as well, because he's doing some really cool stuff. So that's what we got going on. All kinds of crazy stuff. I personally don't know a lot of people doing this stuff and putting these kind of webinars together, but this is the kind of community we've been building for the last little bit. As for me, I am planning to start moving into Markov chain, MCMC really, with Monte Carlo. So Markov chain, Monte Carlo simulation, which is Monte Carlo is really good for back testing, so I'm going to take a look at that. I've got some stuff in R, but I've had some big issues with R, and I'm really going to be focusing on MATLAB. And the other big one I'm going to be focusing on is ARIMA. I call it ARIMA, autoregressive AR for forecasting. So those are the next two big things I'm going to be working on. I might be doing some meetups, online meetup stuff on stuff I've done a few weeks ago, specifically two topics. One on, I've been playing around a lot with Excel, really excited with the power of Excel as a front end, and I'm going to try to show a demo of it, basically building a very basic end of day trading strategy on a trading pair that you know that works. I might even show off this kind of very primitive MATLAB pair trading finder that is done in MATLAB, and so that's going to be one meetup. The other meetup I'm looking at is doing on Garch, and specifically volatility. I've got a little script I wrote with the little C# system that I've got using volatility clustering, which I think you could use kind of like as an indicator, just to show off volatility in real time using the IQ feed. So that can be a really nice indicator to have as part of your trading arsenal. And then again, once I get all that Monte Carlo, MCMC stuff and the ARIMA working, I got a whole slew of other ones that I'm looking at as well. I've mentioned this maybe once or twice in the past. I've got some really good people to hopefully help out and leverage off of in terms of knowledge. What I'm wanting to do is, with the system that we've got, I want to do what I call a battle of the strategies. Yes, it sounds crazy, but what I want to do is to be able to build an automated trading framework with back testing using the exact same data, exact same combination, and then be able to run off some of these code projects that I'm working on with all the different types of forecasting of strategies. I've already said I've got simple things like moving average, Garch, pair trading, MCMC, and a bunch of others, and seeing what works under what scenarios, what kind of frequency, what kind of assets they work well under, and just try to get a general consensus of what works. I'm only going to be putting those together only for my quant elite people, because that's who it's for. I'm not going to be putting those results out into the public domain, because there's going to be a lot of research being put into that. Again, that's why we call it the quant elite, because we've got some really cool people that I've already mentioned that are part of this group. So I'm hoping to have more and more private webinars. I'll let people know what they are, but that whole group is really meant for really people that are out there that are doing things really cool, and I don't care if they fail or succeed. All I care about is they're doing stuff, because that's the key of this whole kind of group, because people doing stuff and putting stuff out there is really important to help people out, but at the same time we all gotta keep the lights on and so on and so forth. So yeah, man, it's just that there's always got to be a price of admission for these type of topics. Anyways, but there's gonna be a lot of free stuff available for the meetups. As I said, this is the first of hopefully a series for the meetup groups. Ernie Chan's at the end of April. I'm hoping to bring in our guy David at Fix8 to show off and play catch up where he's at with his FIX project. Again, open source, a really powerful project that I'm really excited to be part of, as well as we got some other people that may step up. I know Paul's got some stuff he's wanting to present, he's been working on, as well as the person doing this stuff may put on. Honestly, I think it's going to be a killer topic meetup for a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of learning over the next probably a month or two. And then, of course, my stuff as well. I don't know if it's really useful for everybody. But that's what's going on. I'm really excited over the next few weeks. Hope people will learn and take away. If you want to contribute stuff back to me in this group, please let me know. I'm always looking for new stuff. Like like this is powerful in itself, and all this software stuff is fine and dandy, but when you're dealing with these kind of boards, it's another world. And from what I understand, the only platform that can do this stuff relatively easily is MATLAB. MATLAB Simulink, not a cheap choice, but going down this path of these boards is not a cheap option. But you've heard about Michael Lewis going on about HFT, how the HFT guys pretty well own the markets, the programmers own the markets. I put up a video on that. That was mentioned God knows how many times on Bloomberg, as well as the cool guy, Brad, from Toronto, on IEX. First I was a little skeptical on it, but for the whole week of on Bloomberg, I was really impressed. And when you see guys over at bats and whatnot screaming how whatever, it's just, and this Menage and Narang was just being a little defensive, I guess. It's, you know, to me it's, maybe they're hiding something, I don't know, but I don't know, it's just, things are transforming very quickly, and for the good too. Alright, so that's what's going on. I want people to understand where we're going, what's coming up, and blah 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 blah. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you later.